Hey everyone, this is Skye and welcome back. I know it's really early in the morning. I just woke up and I'm about to make my breakfast, which will consist of a protein shake. But I just wanted to talk about a little thing that I've been thinking about doing. And I'm actually going to, starting today, I'm actually going to commit to it. And that being is getting totally away from, well, I'm resetting my current lifestyle. Um, if you've watched any of my past videos, you'll know that I was struggling for a while with, right now I'm calling it exercise addiction, as well as in my training and stuff like that. I feel that it's pretty much taken up a lot of my time and most of my life and dedication. Don't get me wrong, I enjoyed it and I still do enjoy it. It's just that it doesn't reflect my original goals in my transition. It kind of gets in the way of it. I don't think anybody goes through this, or at least, publicly goes through this. Like I guess I have. I haven't run into anybody that's done that. It's usually the opposite way, where everybody's trying to fully, as far as we are concerned as male to female, to, go fully feminine and get away from all those things that we associate as being masculine. Even though everything's different nowadays, where, there's, how can I put it? There's a lot of this push towards, just be who you are, do what you're going to do, and blah, 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 blah. In a way that's good, but in a way I think it's counterproductive. It's like telling somebody, just do whatever you want and have no direction. Sometimes you might need structure, sometimes you might need direction, sometimes you need motivation to do certain things, whether that motivation is by removing things or by adding things in that will help you as a tool. But in my case, it's about removing things. Yeah, it's been a constant struggle, and it's something that it's been really on my mind a lot lately. And being that I'm getting married, and I want to settle down where I live now, and and really have that life that I want. And yes, I can continue doing what I'm doing, but here's the thing. Those days when I look in the mirror and I try to put on a dress or something, it's hard to show you what I'm actually seeing with my eyes. When I take pictures, yes, sometimes I can point out what I see, but it's times the camera just doesn't reflect what I'm seeing and feeling. Like yesterday, I just went through a whole thing of, this really sucks because I've been into my transition 20 something years. I've been back on HRT for the past 6 years. And, I feel like I, get by or pass pretty decently. And I've never really had a problem with it within the last several years. But I feel like this year is different. I feel like I don't pass as much. I feel like I'm at, rather than like 100%, I'm at 50% passing. Part of it's mentally me, and the other part of it is I do get misgendered more so recently. I don't know if it's because I've changed my hormone regimen, or the fact that because I've worked out for so many years, my body has taken on a certain amount of masculinization, I guess. If you look at the whole science behind building muscle and stuff like that, yes, women can do it too. But the more you have, the more androgenic influences there are. which is a negative on, on our part when we're trying to transition. I'm not 100% on that, but I mean, based by my own personal experiences, I feel 75% of it is true. But anyways, getting back to my point, yesterday I was looking in a mirror and I was having a very, very hard time because I was trying on all the new dresses that I've been wearing, or that I just recently purchased, and my shoulders, my arms, very disproportionate based off of what what in my mind's eye, what I should look like in a feminine sense. I mean, I have a lot of muscle. I've gained a lot of muscle up on my top side. And being that muscle never actually just go away. Let me just say that again. Muscle doesn't actually go away. It leaves behind its nucleus. So we, as in our previous life, have gained a certain amount of muscle through testosterone, and maybe working out and things like that. And then we transition, and then we lose the muscle, supposedly. But what's happening is the muscles actually lose the bulk of its size, but what remains is its nucleus. And if we continue to exercise after we've, let's say, lost the muscle, and if you've heard that term muscle memory, well, that's the nucleus, basically the seed of the muscle that's left behind, and it can basically just regrow, and that's why, when you take a break from working out, you lose your tone or your size, and then you start working out again. You can easily gain your size back easier than a lot of people who don't exercise. I mean, there's newbie gains, and that's something entirely different subject, but a person that's been well exercised for many years will gain that muscle back easily. So that being said, that's what's happened with me. I've gotten my muscle composition back pre-HRT levels, let's put it that way. And that's really made me very dysphoric. As far as my facial features and stuff like that, that hasn't changed. It's just that, it's just that my body just doesn't reflect what I'm actually trying to do, which is transition. And there's a lot of other things that go with that, how my mental, how I think. I feel like I'm more masculine because of my body, and my attitude, the way I think feels more like it used to. So yeah, that was a lot of baggage. So I thought about seeking professional help to help me deal with this. However, I already know the answer. It's already there. And I was just laying around thinking this weekend, it's like, why pay somebody to tell me something I already know? For me, it's easy. Maybe for other people, it might not be. So, but I know what I have to do. Basically, I just have to quit, and then I have to refocus and restructure and do everything all over again as if I was starting transition. Everything from not using the muscles that I want to lose, and this is only temporarily, mainly because I still have a business that I'm trying to build that has to do with fitness and self-defense. The skills that I've learned in the past, I'm not just going to forget them. I mean, there are some things I am going to be able to practice. However, not with the same intensity, not with the same enthusiasm or fanaticism like I have been it's going to be restricted. Well, here's the thing. Let me just say, dealing with my business, I'm going to promote more of the body weight exercising. That way, for me, I can help control how much resistance I'm using so that I can maintain a certain amount of muscle mass, but still be within the range where it makes me feel comfortable and not dysphoric. Body weight exercises really help with that. There's too much temptation when I'm behind the weights to, to max out or it's just all mental. So, and maybe this can help some of y'all who are just starting your transition, maybe the mindset, this could possibly help you coming from like an exercise background. But this, me sharing my plan of how I'm going to do it may help. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if it does or doesn't, or, whatever. But the first thing I need to do is to stop what I'm doing, reformulate how I'm going to, get back into my transition mode where I'm thinking only about the transition and what I'm going to do next. And that starts with me. If you haven't seen any of my previous videos, my workout videos, I've built a lot of exercise equipment based off my martial arts. And things like that in my garage. So the first thing I need to do is disassemble all that and get rid of it. Get rid of all the equipment except for maybe one thing I might like, and some and my punching mitts and maybe my cushion bag for kicking. Those skills I want to kind of maintain, just not with the high intensity, of course. But I want to get rid of the large dummies, especially the Blue Man. He's big, he's heavy, and requires a lot of force to practice on him. And I want to get rid of that. It's just one of the symbols of what I've been doing all this time. And by getting rid of it and not having the accessibility, it's kind of like a rehab. And, just getting it out of my life. That way I don't have the temptation anymore. The wooden dummy that I built, the one that goes flipping back and forth and everything that I punch on, I'm going to disassemble that and basically dispose of it. The big punching bag rack that I built, I'm going to disassemble that today. And then my heavy bag, I'm going to clean it up and then sell it. And then I think that's mostly it. I'm going to keep my resistance bands, things like that, the light stuff. I'm going to, maintain a certain amount of physical health. I'm just not going to just quit altogether. But for now, on a temporary basis, I am going to very much quit and minimalize everything. That way I can maximize the amount of muscle loss on my upper half. And reduce the muscle size to a comfortable level, and that's going to take me several months. 3 minimal, 6 max. So yeah, it's going to be a long time. What else? Oh yeah, I just got recently for my birthday a new bicycle, and I used to be an avid bicycle rider, all the time, and I'm going to maintain that just for my cardio health. And it's something I enjoy, and it's fun, and I love bicycles, like bike gear and stuff like that. So I'm going to replace that one thing and replace it with something that's, I think it'd be more productive for me in my transition. So yeah, that's the plan for now. On the second half of this is I just recently got blood results back for my estrogen and testosterone. And once again, I need to readjust my dosages. My estrogen's too high. Apparently I've been on a higher dose than most people on my injections. So I'm going to have to cut it in half so I can get down to the right levels. I think I've been a little bit off since I've been on the injections because my injections are too high as far as dosage, which what I've read is, when your estrogen levels are too high, it can increase your cortisol, which reflects a lot of what I'm seeing, the effects of high cortisol. So yeah, I'm gonna cut back my dosage and then retest later on and see where I'm at, if I'm in an acceptable level, and then go from there. So yeah, that's another revelation that I have to to change and to fix things. And I want to proceed forward on to, looking up some procedures that I want to do in the near future, as far as like cosmetically. I am going to get my brow, because I'm Asian and I have like a heavy, really heavy. Not all Asians have that, but the older I get, the heavier my brows get. It's hard to do makeup, and make it look good like most people. So I'm gonna get that, I guess, lifted, I guess, or whatever they do. And of course, I'm gonna have this shaved down. That's another thing that's always bothered me. And that's more now than ever. So yeah, that's one other procedure I'm gonna get. And then what they call it, bilateral orchiectomy. I want to get that done. Just makes life a lot easier. So those are going to be the things that I'm going to be focusing on from here on in, starting today. And yeah, get back on track with things so that I can, max out in what my view is in what my goals are in femininity. And it can, there's so many categories and it can go all over the place. So it depends on the individual and what your goals are. I'm old fashioned, I primarily believe in being binary. It's what I've always wanted, and that's what I'm going to do. I mean, if you're non-binary, or whatever term you want to use for yourself, I mean, that's all good, but for me, I'm basically binary, and it's something I have to do for me. So yeah, any questions, any comments, you know where to leave them, and I will catch y'all next time.